In today's lesson, you're going to learn 10,000 new English words instantly. The word through means from one side of something to another, not over it, not under it, not around it, but in the middle of it. But if you add a verb before the word through, now this explains how you got from one side to the other. For example, you're on a date, you see a park, you don't want to walk around it, no, you want to go in the middle of it. So you say, let's walk through the park. You can change this verb. This shows how you went from one side of something to the other. So maybe you don't want to walk through the park, maybe you want to run through the park if you feel energetic, or maybe you feel a bit sexy, so you want to dance through the park. If you've watched the other phrasal verb videos, now you know. This word shows what happened. This word shows how it happened. Similar to one side of something to the other side is from the start of something till the end of it. For example, you are very busy at work and it's your lunch break, but you don't have time to have lunch. You need to work from the start of your lunch break to the end of it. I'm gonna have to work through my lunch break. Again, through shows from start to end of something. In this case, your lunch break. And the verb shows what you're gonna do from the start to the end of it. Also notice, with these phrasal verbs, you cannot separate the verb and through. I'm gonna have to work my lunch break through? No, that's illegal. Don't do it. Oh my God, now you know how this works. Imagine you're watching a movie with your friends and they're really annoying because they're a couple and you want to say, from the start of the movie until the end, they were talking. What is that sentence? I was trying to enjoy the movie and eat my popcorn, but no, they talked through the movie. Yes, you could also say they were talking through the movie. Of course, that's fine too. I hate people who do this. Like, why? Also, through can mean doing something from beginning to end with care and consideration. If you watched my video on over, yes, kind of in the same way as that. For example, this poor guy who worked through his lunch break, now his boss gives him a box of documents that she wants him to check. She wants him to check them carefully. So she could say, I know you're busy, but can you look through these documents? Check them for errors. If she says, look through something, yes, it means from start to finish, but now it has that feeling of doing something carefully and completely. And yes, we can change that verb. Can you just check through these documents? Again, it means the same thing. Sure, yeah, I'll read them through very carefully. Also, do you notice something strange about this? Yeah, earlier I said you can't separate the verb and through. You have to put this at the end. However, here, read them through carefully? Huh? Well, very specifically, when you use through to mean with care, then it's okay to separate the verb and through. That's fine. So with this meaning, you have the option. You could have it after, you could have it in the middle. Doesn't matter. If you're talking about doing it carefully. And like that, you just learned 10,000 new English words. Wait, how? Well, that's how phrasal verbs work. If you understand the common meanings of this word, then you know what happened in any context. But also, the verb shows how this happened. That's how you learn millions of new words instantly. And I have a growing playlist of these phrasal verbs. You can learn the common meanings of these words to learn millions of new English words instantly. So we're back with this poor guy. He probably has to work through his weekend, work through dinner. Poor guy. But actually, he's not sure what he has to do with the documents. Check them for error, but like how? So he asks his boss, sorry, can you explain this? A very useful phrasal verb to ask someone to explain something, like a process or anything to you, is, can you run me through this quickly? Now, don't worry, this quickly isn't like a quickly, do it now. It's not demanding. This quickly is more like, don't worry about the long explanation, just give me the short explanation. It's fine to use, it doesn't sound demanding. As a reply, she could say, yeah, don't worry, I'll run through everything with you, so you understand. Notice here that the person who receives the explanation can be here, in the middle, or here, after. If you put it after, make sure you use with. Phrasal verbs are so difficult, right? But don't worry, I'm gonna go through all of them with you so you understand. Go through? Shouldn't it be run through? Well, actually, you can use go through to mean explain in the same way as run through. But go through is more general. You can use this very generally in different ways. It can actually mean that something bad happened to you or is happening, depending on the tense. So you're experiencing something difficult, maybe a sickness, maybe you lost your job, maybe you broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Something bad happened or is happening to you. This poor guy, his wife left him. I know he's sick right now and the boss hates him. She always gives him extra work, even at the weekend. Wow, he's really going through a lot. Okay, this sentence. We know that to go through can mean experience a difficult or bad time. So yeah, you could say he's going through a lot. There's a lot of bad things in his life right now. Or if you want to say the moment is very difficult, you could say, oof, he's going through a tough time. If you don't know, tough means difficult. So you can use this if you're studying so hard that you don't have time for friends. You're working so hard you don't have time for your family. You're going through a tough time. It's very difficult. Or to be more specific, you could say what that bad situation is. He's going through, okay, his wife left him. He's going through a divorce. If it was sick, it won't be for something small like the flu. He's going through the flu? No, that's too small. This is for something more serious, like he's going through cancer, he's going through chemotherapy. That works for this phrasal verb. Don't use go through for something small. No, it's something serious. Now, if you change the verb go in go through to get, if you get through something, it means that bad experience is finished and it was successful and everything is fine. Now it's finished. So this is very useful if you want to encourage someone. If you want to say, don't worry, you will finish this bad situation successfully. You'll be fine. Everything's great. Hey, don't worry. I know you're going through a tough time right now, but you'll get through this. With this, we cannot separate the verb and through. Don't separate it. It's very illegal. You will go to prison if you do. And this means, yes, it's a bad situation, but don't worry, it will finish successfully. Let's look at some other examples. Okay, let's make this a nice story. Let's imagine the boss wants to apologize to the employee. She says, I'm the reason you're in this bad situation. I put you in this bad situation. What can she say? I'm sorry I put you in a bad situation. You already know that to say in a bad situation, a bad experience, use through. But now this is not a full sentence. I'm sorry I put you through this. She wants to say that she gave him that bad experience, that bad time. Of course, there are other phrasal verbs with through, which have no logical sense. They don't have that common meaning. They don't mean from one side to another, from start to end, or put you in a bad experience. For example, the phrasal verb to follow through. It doesn't mean that. This one is very different, but very, very useful. For example, are you one of those people who on January 1st, you're like, okay, this year I'm gonna do yoga every day. Bro, we all know that you're gonna do 2 classes and give up. That yoga mat is gonna live in your closet forever. Why? Because you never follow through on your promises or commitments. We can also change this into a noun. We can say you have no follow through. Or let's imagine you accidentally spill your drink on Lisa from Blackpink.
I can't believe you spilled your drink on me, Ellie. You're so handsome, but I'm so angry. I'm gonna get a lawyer and see you.
Okay, I'm worried, but my friend Rick says,
Don't worry, she doesn't have any follow through.
but what if she is someone who makes a promise or a commitment and actually does it? What if she follows through with this? Oh no.
This is my lawyer, asshole.
Let's imagine Lisa actually sues you. You want to say, oh my God, she actually went through with it. To go through has that other meaning when you're surprised that they actually did it. Like you doubted that they were actually going to do it. Now I know you've been thinking about getting my Ultimate English ebook for a while. Well, now is the best time to actually go through with it and really bring your English to the next level. Because you can practice with this lesson and hundreds of other ones, self-studying or with your friends or classmates. You can get it on patreon.com/papateachme or my website, papateachme.com. Let me know which phrasal verbs you have problems with and I'll include them in a future lesson. And I'll see you in the next class. Bye.